Hi, I'm Blair Pleasant, President and Principal Analyst of Confusion, and I'm at Google Next, and I'm with Lisa O'Malley. So I was thrilled to see you on stage yesterday, on the big stage during the keynote, talking about one of my favorite topics, Google, and now I'm messing up.
That's okay.
Okay, I'm going to start over one more time. Customer engagements, okay. Hi, I'm Blair Pleasant, President and Principal Analyst of Confusion, and I'm at Google Next with Lisa O'Malley. So Lisa, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Lisa O'Malley. I lead the product team for Applied AI at Google Cloud.
And you were on the big stage during the keynote yesterday talking about your customer engagement suite for Google AI. And I was so happy to see it during the keynote because it really shows that Google is committed to this. So I was so happy to see that. So why don't you give us a very brief overview of some of the new announcements you made about that?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun yesterday. So, the top things we talked about yesterday were the launch of our latest new voices, very natural sounding, low latency voices. We also talked about the ability to understand emotion so that the virtual agents can actually adapt conversation depending on how it's going with the customer. We also talked about the fact that we're launching a new no-code build environment to make it much easier to build these virtual agents, as well as the ability to use streaming video. And so a virtual agent can actually see what's going on in a customer's device and react to it.
And there was an awesome demo. So I know we can't do the demo here, but can you just give a brief overview of what the demo tried to show?
Yeah, so the demo was a lot of fun. Patrick is a great presenter. What we saw was what you heard was a really natural sounding voice. And the responses were very quick, very close to human level response. We also saw the streaming video where the virtual agent was able to send a link to Patrick. He could show up what was on the screen, and the virtual agent was able to understand that and react to that. Another thing you saw was at one point during the demo, the presenter was trying to get a discount on a service, and the virtual agent was able to understand what he was trying to do, but also there were guardrails in place to prevent the virtual agent from giving such a strong discount, and actually it sent it over to a human agent for approval. The human agent was able to interact and say, no, we're not going to give 50%, but we'll give 20. And those guardrails are really important because generative AI is awesome at a natural interaction, but it needs to follow rules. And so it's important to be able to put those rules, those business rules in place.
And it showed the interaction between the virtual agent and the live agent.
Exactly.
Yeah, that demo was absolutely very, very impressive.
Thank you.
So you also made some announcements back at Enterprise Connect. So you guys have been on a real roll. So what are some other new announcements?
Yeah, we have a lot of things going on. As you know, our customer engagement suite is much broader than just the conversational agents piece of that. We have our Agent Assist technology, our Insights technology, and also our CCaaS layer. So we always start with our AI services. And in the Insights area, we launched our Quality AI to GA. So what Quality AI does is normally in call centers you think about 2 or 3% of calls being sampled and people give feedback based on that for quality assurance. Well, with Quality AI, you can sample 100% of your calls, not just your human agent calls, but also you can review the quality of your virtual agents. And so this is a continuous feedback loop that then allows those agents, both human and virtual, to be improved. And that leads to the other announcements in the Agent Assist area where we have AI Trainer. This is really differentiating technology for us, where by reviewing 100% of calls, you can identify where your human agents are maybe missing the mark or not following policy, and then you can actually synthetically generate training sessions for them. So it isn't their manager telling them, you need to practice this. They are able to go and do, wholly synthetic practices, and the trainer will point out where they're not actually doing the right thing and have them repeat it. So really exciting stuff.
And that's improving the agent experience and the supervisor experience too.
Exactly, and we all know that these jobs are super stressful. There's a high turnover in the industry, and so you want to be able to get your new agents as good as your best agents as quickly as possible. You also want to take stress out of the system. And so if I'm an agent and I'm thinking about, I got to look up, 8 different sources of information while I'm talking to an irate customer, like that's not a great experience. So our AI coach technology allows them to have it allows AI to listen into the conversation, to bring up the next best thing to say, the next best offer or action that you want either the agent or the customer to take.
And this lets the agent spend more time doing what they want to be doing.
Which is being empathetic and being human and providing great customer experience.
Exactly. So let's talk about customers. Tell us a little bit about some customer momentum and maybe even some customer examples.
Yeah, great. We're seeing a lot of momentum at the moment. It feels like the next wave of contact center transformations is happening, and everybody is moving towards AI. And an AI-first approach, not just AI as sort of bolted onto an existing solution, and that's how Google approaches it. We think that everybody should be looking at 100% of calls being assessed by AI and routed appropriately to virtual agents, real agents, or even actions being taken on behalf of the customer. Where we see strong momentum from a customer perspective, we talked a little bit yesterday about DBS. They reduced their average call handling time by 20%. We have Bell Canada, who saved 20 million last year from their cost perspective. And I always like to talk about our very own YouTube. They reduced by 75% the number of calls abandoned while people were waiting in the queue.
Those are very impressive numbers, and it really shows real outcomes.
Yes. We're very focused on business outcomes as opposed to things implemented.
Yes. Can you give us a look at what's coming on the roadmap?
Yeah, I think you'll hear from the show today. There's a lot of AI on the roadmap in general. You'll see conversational agents just continuing to get better and better. The ability to take action on behalf of customers is really important. I think also the ability to understand the context of the customer. So think about it like a concierge at a very good hotel who knows their customers who are coming. They know every interaction that they've had with them. They understand what they're good at, what they like, and then they think about the environment that they're in, and they're like, okay, what can I do to be proactive rather than reactive? Mm-hmm. So you're looking at a very personalized experience that is proactive and almost prescient as they think forward to, how can I deliver the very best outcome for this individual customer? I think also, we like to focus on the fact that we don't just have conversational agents, but we have the full suite. And so I think the other area that we're seeing a lot of interest and advances is in the area of insights. How can I take all of the data from the call center? How can I create the best conversational experiences, the best agent assist experiences, and how can I continuously improve those? Taking all that data, understanding, there's a new hotspot of questions coming in here. Maybe I need another FAQ on the website. Maybe I need a new website page, and make the whole system self-improving. The other area from a Google perspective is obviously our scale. The ability to deliver planet scale implementations across huge contact centers is really important. Our customers rely on us for scale, reliability, and also responsible use of AI in trust and privacy.
Great. Well, congratulations on your momentum and all the new announcements, and thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you, Blair. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Great.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, great job.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Okay, once I get started, I needed my coffee.
It's always really crunchy at the top,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden they lock in, and then you guys just have a conversation.
Cool.